With Hidive being one of the cheapest options in the anime community, it's obvious people want to know what they're getting since it's so cheap. Is the platform a good platform? Will there be anime that I like on it? Today I hope to tackle some of those questions and give you 5 absolutely must-watch anime on Hidive. Let the show begin. Number 5. Land of the Lustrous, the 2017 cult hit anime, took a lot of the anime community by storm, but sadly not a lot of people actually got to see it, and that is for the simple reason that it was stuck on Amazon Prime, which has been the deathbed for at least multiple of the anime on this list actually. But Sentai decided to add it to their platform, and not only add it to their platform, but they gave it a dub as well. A lot of people give this anime a lot of praise, and that is simply because it's probably the only truly good CGI-only anime. And not only that, but it's actually got a pretty good story. The story follows our main character, Phospholite. You can call her Phos. And basically, she is an anthropomorphic mineral. So are all of the other characters in this anime. Even the main monk, who is completely adamantium. It's a pretty unique slice of life where, instead of having normal girls in high school, it's really just about anthropomorphic rocks doing whatever it is their daily tasks are. And it's really interesting because it's set hundreds and thousands of years after the downfall of human race. Basically, this whole anime is pretty much about these rocks trying to fend off from the people that come from the moon that are trying to take them for their minerals. In many ways, you can say it's a commentary on a lot of stuff, but I don't think that's what the anime is truly about. I think the anime is good because of its characterizations, it's good because of its CGI, and I think everybody should at least give it a shot, because frankly, it's CGI that looks so good, at times you won't even notice it's CGI. And of course, it's got really good music, it's got a really good opening song, and it's got a really good ending song as well. It's just an all-around really good anime. Sadly, I don't have a review for the dub, but I do have a review for the anime, which you can check down in the description below. Number 4. Number 4 on my list is Legend of the Galactic Heroes, more specifically the original 1988 OVA. And now I know a lot of you will initially say, an old anime from the 80s, I don't want to watch this. Well, you may want to think twice about that. Yes, while this is from 1988, aired for over 10 years and has over 110 episodes, yes, it will take a lot for you to get through, which I would recommend checking out the prequel film that is basically a retelling of the first 2 episodes of Legend of Galactic Heroes. Now, thankfully, Hidive has added these original prequel films to their catalog, so you can actually go and watch those films in their original format over on Hidive right now. The series is about 3 battling sides: the Galactic Alliance, the Evil Empire, and the Dominion of Pheasant, a small planetary state. Most of the series is Empire and the Alliance fighting against one another, but Pheasant is kind of this entity that is friends with both of them and is really trying to make these two fight more and more in this brutal war so that they can profit from it. It also follows our 2 main characters, Yongwon Lee, basically the de facto good guy for the Alliance, and Reinhard von Musel, the de facto bad guy. Well, technically he's really a good guy for the Empire. And both have their shades of gray, which is one of the great things about Legend of the Galactic Heroes, is that you don't really get a bad or a good side. You get a lot of people stuck in a war, and I really enjoy that aspect because it's not just about who is bad and who is good, who you root for and who you hate. Generally, you like both of our main characters, and it's mostly Pheasant who you hate because Pheasant is kind of pulling the strings behind all of it. I really enjoy that dynamic of Legend of Galactic Heroes, and I think that is one of the reasons why it makes it so unique. Not only that, but I think its age makes it unique as well. This is an anime from 1988 that's aired until well into the 90s. And while it does not look as good as it could be, it still has that 80s and 90s nostalgia that is sought after by so many people. If you want big ship battles, that's what's happening in Legend of Galactic Heroes. If you want military politics, that's what's happening in Legend of Galactic Heroes. If you want interpersonal character development and awesome characterizations, this is what's happening in Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's simply one of the best, if not the best, OVAs of all time, and I definitely recommend you guys at least check out the prequel film before getting into this monster of a series. Number 3. Number 3 on this list is Princess Principal. Pretty much the same time Princess Principal was airing, Land of the Lustrous was airing, and you guessed it, Princess Principal was also stuck on the Amazon Prime platform. Thankfully, it has recently come to Hidive with a fantastic dub. Princess Principal is basically about this group of girls who go to this elite school in England. And you may think, oh, this is another high school spy thing like Release the Spies. This is nothing like that. While yes, there is a school setting sometimes, this is basically 007, the anime, in many ways. You have lots of action, you have lots of character and spy drama, you have so much stuff like my cat rubbing into the mic and now he wants to attack me for some reason. It is also unique in the sense that the episodes actually air out of order and tell a story that pieces together throughout the series. You will focus on things like characters' backstories and stuff like that. You will also get some pretty big revelations throughout. Not only that, but Yuki Kajiura, the woman behind the music for the Fate series and Sword Art Online, is doing the score for this. I don't know about you guys, but when you hear a good score, you hear a good score, and Princess Principal has easily one of the best scores on Hidive, which I think that reason alone is a good reason to check out Princess Principal on Hidive. Not only that, but it's just a really good series, and later on, we'll have 6 sequel films coming out. So, better get into it now if it seems interesting to you, and not only that, but the dub is on there, so check that one out as well. Number 2. And number 2 on my list goes to Fatestay Night 2006. And if you don't know what Fatestay Night is about, it is about a battle royal to attain the legendary Holy Grail, which is an omnipotent cup which grants one winner of the battle royale a wish they truly desire. Now, a lot of people actually don't even know Fatestay Night 2006 actually exists. This is based off the visual novel's Fate route, which is basically defined by Shiro and Saber getting into a romantic relationship. It's actually pretty solid and follows pretty much what happens in UBW, albeit a couple different outcomes which make it really unique. Also, it fills out some of the background lore and stuff like that you'll see in Fate Zero if you've seen that series as well. Definitely a series I would recommend if you are a Fate fan, and if you're just getting into Fate, this is not a bad place to start either. While Fate Zero is definitely the best place to start, if you don't have Netflix or you don't have enough money to go out and purchase the $120 box set for Fate Zero, which is completely overpriced, well, this is actually a good alternative and will introduce you to a lot of the main characters like Saber, Shiro, Rin Tosaka, and Gilgamesh. While the series does have a lot of issues, I can say without a doubt it is a pretty solid action anime and one I can easily recommend to any kind of anime fan out there. I also have a review for this down in the description below as well for pretty much every one of these anime, so watch my review and give the anime a shot if it looks interesting to you. Number 1. And finally, the last anime I have to recommend you guys today over on Hidive that you should absolutely watch is Monthly Girls no Zaki Koon. This is a really good slice of life anime set in a high school setting. I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's the high school setting, this is already going to be pretty boring. I wouldn't say that about Nozaki Koon. Yes, while a lot of Monthly Girls no Zaki Koon is pretty generic on the outside looking in, once you actually sit down and watch the show, it is a fun and enjoyable ride from beginning to end. It has a really good opening, and it has a very memorable ending song, and the dub for Monthly Girls no Zaki Koon is on Hidive as well, which is one of my favorite dubs of all time. I simply love this dub. I think the voice acting, what they do with it is really good. But what is Monthly Girls no Zaki Koon about? Well, one day Sakura Chiyo tries to confess her love to Nozaki. Nozaki mishears Sakura though and thinks that he's one of his fans, as Nozaki Koon is a famous mangaka who makes a lot of shoujo manga. Also, Nozaki Koon isn't that bright of a person as he never hands out his identity and publishes under a pseudonym which is of a woman's name. But Sakura Chiyo gets closer to Nozaki and becomes Nozaki's assistant. It is actually a really fun anime because we learn a lot about manga, some of the phrases they use in development, and generally we kind of see, not very accurately, but in a general sense, how manga is put together. Just for that aspect alone, I think it's something worth at least giving a shot because it's pretty interesting, and overall, the show is very good for what it's trying to be. With that being said, put down in the comments below 5 absolutely must-watch anime on Hidive that wasn't on my list. Do you have anything that you watch on Hidive that you particularly like? Do you want to recommend me an anime that's on Hidive? Please put down in the comments below. Make sure to click on some of these videos if you haven't already. And thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.